Today's adventure begins here in the echoey hotel room that I am checking out of currently, Tuesday, April 22nd, as the recording of this, 2025, here at Anaheim, California. And I'm moving along out of Anaheim, staying here at the Tropicana Inn and Suites, a place I'd like to stay on Harbor Boulevard, right across the street from Disneyland. One of my favorite hotels here in Orange County, California. I really do enjoy staying here. I just like how easy, mellow, not too fancy it is, and easy access when going to Disneyland. Just walk right across the street. In fact, it is closer to stay here than it would be even to stay at the Disneyland Hotel. Distance-wise, just walk right across harbor and into the park. Just an old motel that they have fixed up, made it nice, in close proximity to Walt's original Magic Kingdom. I recommend staying on harbor. Makes it a lot easier than parking at the parking structure. Very clean, organized. Location, location, location. And I like the fact that it's only like 2 floors, so no elevator, don't have to wait for an elevator. They have laundry here. I did laundry, which I needed to do. A little gift shop that you can get snacks and toiletries, accessories, anything you need. Hot tub, pool, etc. I've stayed here many times, and we'll stay here again. Exiting the room, this is the view. There's the pool, hot tub. Lobby over there, check-in desk. Laundry, see people walking down harbor. I stayed here on my birthday last year. D23 weekend, in fact, at Parks Panel was the same day as my birthday, which was August 10th of last year. 50 years old, started that particular video in this hot tub. Very nice, cozy hot tub here in the morning. Most people are heading over to the parks, so there's no one in the pool and the hot tub in the morning. So, little hack if you want to pop in the hot tub early morning. There's usually no one in the hot tub in the morning time. All right, got to get moving. Before heading out of Orange County, I'm going to swing by the Orange Circle, Chapman University, and check out the Huell Howser Archives at Chapman. Welcome, everyone. Adam the Woo here. I'm inviting you, yes you, to join me. It's good to have you here. See where the day leads. Shall you? It's around $200 a night to stay here. I think it was about $220 per night each night I was staying. But one thing that's nice is you have a guaranteed parking spot right here on harbor. Love the proximity of it. Now it'd be $42 if you weren't staying here. It'd be $42 to park in there. So you could just take that $42 and apply it to the $200, and that's only $150 a night. And you just walk across like everyone over there is just walking right across. Beautiful. The never-ending contingency on whether this is called the Plaza or the Circle.
Hey, Adam.
Oh, hey, how you doing, man? I am going to get a coffee here from the Starbucks in the former Orange Daily News building. Wait on a friend of mine to show up and see if he wants one, and then we're going to take a little stroll over to Chapman. And I want to go by the fountain, one of the 3 fountains, I'm guessing. The other day I learned something I did not know before, so I'm going to rectify that today. Oh, look, they have put these stanchions in recently because so many cars will drive through here and plow into the fountain. It happens every couple of years, and I guess now they have finally put these in. I did not notice these the other day. So in the late 1800s, they put the fountain here. It's a group of ladies that organized an event to get some money together to put the original fountain in. And then that fountain was moved down that direction, isn't in front of City Hall. I'd always heard that was the original fountain, but I guess that's the second fountain down there. This is the 3rd fountain, if I'm hearing correctly. And obviously it's been replaced because of car damage. But the original fountain that I bought a t-shirt of over here at this orange store the other day, right over there in that corner. I was wearing it the other day. It has like the top portion of the fountain That is behind the library. The original fountain evidently is behind the library, which is only like a block or two from here. So I'm gonna walk over there and see if it's still there. Love the orange circle. So good. There's like a spot in Celebration that kind of has this vibe too. Anyone that's been following my channel for a long time, especially like a decade ago, I do a lot of walk and talks. I used to have a lot of sit and talks right here on this very bench. Told about when I was gonna move out of California, life changes, plans, things like that would all transpire on this very bench right here. Also, to confirm, I'm not moving back to California. I do miss it here, but it's just a lot easier to have my place in Florida. Bought a house out there. And if I want to visit here, I just come out here and get a hotel for a few days. Plane travel's very easy. Can always come out here. Consider this a second home. Always fond memories. I always love it here in SoCal. Love it. Something's happening over here by the Blaze Pizza. Used to be a Radio Shack back when I lived here in 2015. Got fire department pulling in. Very long fire truck. Ambulance. Police car. That is a long fire truck. Another officer pulled up. One thing I do love about the Orange Circle is you always see classic cars driving through here. Look at this beauty. Serious classic car alert. All day, every day, classic cars just cruise around the plaza. All part of the vibe. Classic truck right here. Again, cavalcade of classic cars rolling through here. The other day I was over in front of City Hall and I made the statement, which I've made many times, that this is the original fountain. And evidently it's not. In fact, I met a really nice lady that works at the City Hall over by Starbucks, and she was telling me that that's just a hose coming out of the ground. So it's a fake fountain. The real original fountain is over here in front of the Orange Public Library, dating back to the late 1800s. There it is, the original. Oh, here you go, right here. So I should have read this. I should have walked over here and looked at this. The original fountain circa 1870. Founders of Orange. Is that like a little bird up there? That's pretty neat. A little placard over here too. Save the Fountain Committee to raise funds to properly restore the fountain back in 2002, dating back to 1887.
Original bird. Donated by Wayne Smith.
Oh. You always notice the small things.
I'm a little tiny thing, so I'm down very low. So I can notice all the things that are very close to the ground.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
I'm just...
You're taller than I am. What are you, 6'4"? 6'3"?
I could take you, Lou. You think I sweat you?
I don't want to start any beef. I'm just saying that you're my height.
We're walking to the fountain, and I noticed one thing, young Adam. I noticed one thing. Can I take the camera and show your little calf here? Oh, look at that! Look at Adam's calf, everybody. Look at Adam's calf.
You know who this is, right?
Wrong character, buddy. You know who this is. Yeah. Oh, the DeLorean.
My sister says that I have John Lithgow on my
The
thigh.
radio. Well, maybe. Maybe a Harry and the Hendersons kind of thing. That's a good tattoo.
I'm sorry.
That's a good tattoo. No.
Would it be awkward if I had you on my leg?
Don't even go there. You know how many dudes, honestly, are like, I got something to show you, and I'm, please don't. You know, and I'm like up here.
Yeah.
And they're like, I go, your upper thigh? Like, well, I have a DeLorean thing. I have Michael on my back.
You realize I have a huge Back to the Future tattoo in your
hoverboard. You do? Where's yours? Oh, I don't even want to know.
It's my whole leg.
I didn't even.
This
that
whole
is not
thing.
your whole leg. Here's room. Oh, there's room. There's room.
Next time I see you,
there was a dude that just said, the tattoo guys, send me this stuff. Going, hey, look at this, man. Could you share this on your Instagram? What? What? A tattoo of
you don't
me
find
on
it flattering?
some guy's thigh?
You don't find it flattering?
I find it slightly troubling. I'll admit.
Man.
No, it's
Should I
very
get
nice.
mine removed?
No, you shouldn't get it removed. What do you mean, of Chris?
Yes.
Or of John Lithgow? Whoever that is. It's not Christopher Lloyd. It looks like, I don't know. That's like one of the Breakfast Club people. I think that's Judd Nelson in the Breakfast Club.
It's too early to be getting heckled.
Admit it. It started as Judd Nelson in the Breakfast Club.
I love that. I do love that movie.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to be on tattoos because it was clear with my career that I was going to be on a lot of tattoos.
That was your whole goal, right?
Yeah. Just Tatman. That was it. And
I like
thought
that,
I'd be
though.
more handsome in the tattoos.
You thought they would have used a different image than that
Possibly
one?
wearing a cape. I don't know. A cod piece. Maybe I'm a knight. I don't know. Something. But this, I'm just making it up. But I didn't see that.
If I ever get a tattoo of you, I'll make sure it's a cod piece on there.
I think me right now, okay, have the artist do this.
Yes.
And wear like a cod piece something.
Okay.
And I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something in my hand. Not this.
Not a Starbucks
Hey.
cup?
Promo tie-in. Slurpee.
A Slurpee?
I don't know. You talk to
Where are
those
you going
people
with
that-
this?
I'm talking to the shop. I know. I'm trying to help you, is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying
Okay,
to
thank you.
put me on the leg, and people are going, whoa, whoa,
right.
nice leg.
That's going to happen.
Yeah, because now it's like, is that Lindsay Lohan from that? Is that Freaky Friday? I don't know who that is.
I mean, this is 25. This is a 25-year-old tattoo. This is in the early 2000s. In fact, I even forgot I even had it till you called me out on it.
Freshen it up and make him his character from Clue.
So you've been down here a lot. You call it the Orange Plaza. Oh, I think we were supposed to like wait for that car to go.
No, they were just like one of those upset people in the little car.
Do you call it the Plaza or the Circle? I'm taking a poll. The Orange Circle or the Orange Plaza?
I'm okay. I call it the Plurkle, but that's just me.
Yes, the Plurkle. The lady at the shop that sold me the shirt the other day said she was going to make T-shirts that says the Plurkle. So you're the second
She
person.
really did?
Yes. She said she was going to make shirts calling it the Plurkle.
Yeah, the Circaza is not as good as the Plurkle.
Nah, that would be a fail. I would not buy a shirt with the Circaza on it. There's a tattoo shop
It's a
right
little
here.
more like it sounds Spanish. Circaza.
You should get a tattoo.
Naranja Circaza. You know, there's a whole new breed of song. What? I should get what?
I should get it. You should get a tattoo of me.
You don't have that kind of cash for that sort of promo.
Oh.
Adam,
What kind of
on
cash?
my rear shoulder right here. And when I'm competing in bodybuilding, and there's Adam, and watch him smile, and then people are, oh, it's Adam, and then have all your info,
All the info,
emails,
all the links.
package.
Yeah. All the
Remember
links.
as actors,
Right here, there's a tattoo. Are they open?
I've never ever look. All my tattoos.
Oh, it's called a tattoo parlor, not even a tattoo shop. That's all. That sounds like old school.
This place used to be in the tattoo Plurkle here in Orange. They could never decide whether it's a plaza or a circle. But yeah, no, all my tattoos are internal. They're deep within, and they're not going anywhere.
All right, over on Chapman University property now, where the Huell Howser Archives are. It's not really a museum per se, it's just kind of a one-room little archive.
Great film school here. You know that?
The Duffer Brothers. You ever heard of Stranger Things? They were the guys that created Stranger Things. They went here.
Yeah. I know that I don't know the show, but I know everyone says you should be on Stranger Things.
Hugely popular show. Very popular.
And I'm always like, you should get a better tattoo on your calf.
Oh, it's going to happen.
No, leave it the way it is.
Leave it how it is.
I'm giving you a hard time because I love you.
Thank you.
There, I said it.
Would you still love me if I got a tattoo of you on my thigh?
I got to admit, a little less.
How many places do you think they have the Berlin Wall? Everywhere you go, there's like...
Somebody sent me a little chip of the Berlin Wall.
Really?
But it's so, of that era, it's so incredibly symbolic.
Absolutely.
I mean, that the people just spontaneously start taking sledgehammers to the thing and start breaking it up.
Did they do that before Reagan's speech, or the Reagan speech
After Reagan's speech.
prompted that, right?
After Reagan's speech, yeah. Yeah. It was so many things happened. The solidarity movement in Poland and all the, in Romania and all these countries. Then Reagan says this speech, hey, tear down the wall. We're done with this.
Right.
And then kind of spontaneously, not that night, of course, but spontaneously,
Started
the
it.
movement started where people are like, yeah, it's just wrong.
The last time I was here, which was years and years ago, gosh, probably 10 years ago when I lived here in 2015. I don't remember this Abe Lincoln sculpture right here, but there's Honest Abe right there. And the Huell Archives are right over in that building, right there, next to the fountain. Otherby Libraries. Believe, memory serves me correct, of course this is my 10-year-old memory. Well, my memory from 10 years ago, 2015. I think it's in the basement of the Leatherby. I mean, I do have a 10-year-old memory.
It's a nice campus. Cheaper campuses have the Vinylby Library, which isn't quite as advanced.
There it is, California's Gold Exhibit and Huell Howser Archive in the basement. What's up there?
I'm looking at this. Oh, that's Reginald Baybrook. It's not. It looks very much like a relief in Westminster Abbey of General Sir Robert Wilson that I made an etching of it with gold, sort of a gold pen or something where you etch it from Westminster Abbey, and my dad loved it because it was Wilson, so it's General Sir Robert.
That's amazing.
It's a poster hanging on a wall. Let me get a picture of this.
I got to meet Louis once at Pink's Hot Dogs. And I bought his book, and he filmed me with my camera. He filmed a vlog for me.
That's great. I met Huell. Well, I was on California's Gold once.
What, do you know the episode name?
I don't, but I was at Tuba Christmas. Every Christmas, there's a thing called Tuba Christmas where hundreds of tuba players get together and play Christmas carols. In LA, it's at the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion downtown. Hundreds of tuba players. And Huell Howser came and did a thing on California's Gold where all these tuba players played California Here I Come, which was a theme of the show where he would have people play it and sing it.
Okay.
So I played the tuba, California Here I Come on the tuba, and appeared on California's Gold.
You know who would probably know what the name of the episode is? The people in the archives right here. Maybe they'll put it up on a big screen and we can watch it.
Let's not do that, Adam.
Open 10 to 5 Monday through Friday, so I think they should be open. Is this it? Yes. Here it is. There it is. That's amazing. So for me, Charles Kuralt and Huell Howser were, I don't want to say inspirations, but they were definitely inspiring to kind of what I do. I wouldn't say that I do what they do, but in a roundabout way.
But that was the era. Certainly Charles Kuralt on CBS, Charles Osgood on CBS, and Huell put a human face on the whole thing. And before that, it would be very kind of stiff, It would be the orange groves of California.
Yeah, I gave it the human element.
Yeah,
Here's Here's the camera that filmed 300 episodes of California Gold right here. The digital Betacam Sony. Imagine, I should vlog with that. Carry that around.
Well, we talked about it, but that's the amazing thing is there were a lot of people that were taking the big cameras and it just got smaller and smaller into camcorders and turning it around, and starting to turn it around. You needed a wide enough lens. And
that would be hard to do a selfie with that for sure.
Right. Well, you needed to be light enough. I mean, I was doing it, holding it up like that, wide lens, and just talking to the camera.
So usually, well, they used to have this open and they had every episode of California Gold on digital and I think VHS format in here. But I don't know if this is open at the moment. Yeah, see, it's all categorized in the archives. So your episode is in there. Like one of these right here probably has a tuba name written on it. Let that sink in.
Listen, I've made history, Woo. History.
Listen, maybe it's not VHS. Maybe it's actually real. No,
It sounds weird, but in the way that I was a fan of Huell Howser and all that, I'm really happy that I'm on in here somewhere, especially playing the tuba.
Yeah. Here's the timeline. Did he pass away in 2012? He must have. There's him and Dolly Parton and Loretta Lynn. Waylon Jennings. That's his desk.
He was positive and personal and hopeful and talking to people. I mean, the lady who wants to, grow orchids at some orchid center, and there are a million of them, and she wants to talk about it, and he's actually interested. Well, how do you grow the orchids?
He was really interested.
And he was interested.
The avocado-eating dog.
And I mean, 7 million comedians here in California have done their Huell Howser impression, making it, but it was, so this is a hose, huh? Look at this, Louis, water comes out of it, or whatever thing. But
he pointed out the obvious.
But that's fine. But he was just like, you do? Many people do.
People always ask what I do for a living. I just say, I point a camera at things and point out the obvious.
Yeah.
I just state the obvious. That's all I do. But I think it resonates with people. That's what everybody does in their real life anyway.
But this is what you like to do. And, and lo and behold, I mean, you're a person, I'm a person. You're allowed to go around with these cameras now that are so tiny and just say, this is stuff that I do. What was the thing? The punk rocker in the van. What was the thing? Was it that YouTube was out there, or was it that you have a hunger just to make things?
That was it.
That was it. You had a hunger to make things, and you thought, well, there's this video site now. It's pretty new because I didn't know what YouTube was, and then that the question song, the question song thing. I said, you should put it up on this platform.
Yeah.
So that was really before the word viral video even existed. People were like, a lot of people are watching this video, Tom. Really? I don't, but it was that same thing. Just making stuff.
Yeah. I just took what I did in the band and just turned it into doing it solo for myself, but turned it into like a video form.
Right.
Because I traveled in a van, slept in vans, did the touring.
You thought it was interesting, right? And you thought, other people might think this is interesting.
That's exactly what I used to say.
And with my stuff, being, I make fun of being a famous guy. I think I've been honest in I'm not that famous, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But I thought, I'm just a guy from Pennsylvania who drove out here thinking I was pretty good at acting and take a shot. So I thought, it's pretty interesting just to experience this stuff. And just, I don't know, start shooting things because the camera was right there. Yeah. Just shoot stuff. Put it up. It's not a big deal, but it's interesting. It's been an interesting journey, hasn't it, for you?
Absolutely. Never thought it would be where it is now. I never thought anybody would ever even watch my videos. I used to call it kindred spirits is what I used to say. I would have kindred spirits that would be interested. And I always used to say, someday people will find this that are interested in this also.
But isn't it amazing for you that so many people are kindred
Right.
spirits? They really are.
Right.
I mean, because it's that, early podcasting, that thing, when Mark Maron, like, who I've known for, decades, but he said such an unusual thing would happen at shows that had never happened before, where people are bringing you muffins. Somebody knitted you a sweater.
Yeah.
Because they don't feel like the show is something. I understand that you put on a show, whatever it is, but I'm here sort of as a meeting of community.
It's a personal
Just to
aspect.
tell you that that meant something to me. I like hanging out with you. Here's a sweater or whatever it is. And we see it. We see people come to you. You're more famous than me. I mean it like just odd sociology, man. YouTube has come into a position where a lot of people recognize you, which is great. You have all the challenges of that, of staying a real guy, of not, of being nice to people, of trying to, give them their moment to react to you, right?
I try.
You try.
It's awkward for me, but I make the best of
For
it.
everybody, it's awkward. That's why this happens in Hollywood. That's why this happens. Hey, yeah, good to see you too. How's it going? Whatever. They say, who was it? Dean Martin called everybody Pally, because he didn't know anyone's name. So a million people.
Right.
So you get that very sugar, like, hey, Pally, how's it going? Good. How's the family?
Yeah.
Oh, good. And you get a little eye contact as he's moving through, and he's gone. But you try to have some human contact.
Sure.
And you can't stop and listen to the whole thing. Now, my father built a railroad station in Akron, Ohio, and maybe you could come and do one of your little videos of it. Because, see, Mom was all, you have, of course, anyone would like, thank you, very nice to meet you. I have to, get back.
Yeah.
Like you're doing with me right now.
No, this is fascinating.
But I mean, I just enjoy.
I always love hearing your thoughts.
I sort of enjoy the sociology of it. We were talking about the filmmakers that started filming their life on film, really with all the equipment and filming their life 30 years before YouTube existed.
Yeah, we have it easy now.
Right, so the technology, just as I said, over the camera, Huell Howser's camera was this big on Louis' shoulder. And they got smaller and smaller and smaller. And the guys like me and everybody, you could just turn this around.
Yeah.
And just talk to whoever it is. And I was talking to whoever, you don't have to say up all this, but there was a show on PBS called The 90s. And it was like the other side of the Bob Saget. Bob Saget was like, watch this funny videos.
Right.
The 90s was the show of people sort of taking this seriously and start talking into the camera.
It was called the 90s?
The 90s.
Oh, okay.
Early 90s. And even being back then, I started shooting things. Well, I'm just I'll send it to the 90s and maybe, a little.
You sent one in?
I never sent one in because they got canceled. Just as I took all this footage, doing this and that, and being an actor and things about my life and everything, and then the show got canceled. So I was like, and then I thought, I could make a film about it, but it was at that time, it looked like camcorder footage.
Yeah.
So you really, you really couldn't use it anywhere. But anyway, my only point, I went on for 40 minutes. My only point was, I think it's worthwhile, and I think it's interesting. And I watch this stuff way more than I watch some stupid cop show on TV.
Yeah. It's interesting how it's in the subconscious of people now. It's just part of modern day, viewing.
Again, I'm going to bore you to death with this, but it's fascinating to me, just in my shooting things and people in the 90s to now, how in the 90s, when the camcorders were getting new, people still had that like a camera, and they just sort of, you could see their back sort of stiffen up and go, what, hey, and then that got into, cameras are everywhere, and then people started going, camera,
right.
whoa, and then everyone's doing that peace sign thing, wah, camera, camera. And then it changed to just being ubiquitous, man. It's everywhere.
Yeah, people are just used
cameras
to it.
are everywhere. They're just
I
like,
mean, I've
oh.
been filming you this whole time, and you're just like talking to me.
But-
Camera's like right here next to my face.
And now, I'm sure you're finding out, or I'm finding out, just having that camera, people are tense about it.
Sure.
People now, it's going like sort of full circle.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Right.
What's
There's
that?
all these rules about
just
cameras.
Like, I'm just, I just shoot things. Not with me in it.
Yeah,
you do
yeah.
feel like it's. Have you heard 1984? We're being taped right now with 27 different
Oh,
cameras.
there's cameras all in here.
Oh, yeah, all over the place.
Well, maybe there are.
So there are cameras everywhere, but we're not allowed to participate in it.
Right.
Anyway, I'll shut up. Sorry about that.
Speaking of Bob Saget, I actually sent a video clip into America's Funniest Home Videos when I was very young. There was a clip of my sister on a merry-go-round in Eufaula, Oklahoma, and I would spin it really fast, and her and her friends would grab onto it. They called it flying.
Yeah.
And then they would grab onto it, and their legs would like swing up in the air, and something would go wrong, and they would just go fly, 10, 15 feet in the air, land on the ground. Sent that in. Who I thought Bob Saget personally would see it.
Yeah, I'm sure that's how it works.
And it never made it to the air.
Sorry.
And then I put it online.
I was a friend of Bob's. Can I apologize? It's good.
You're apologizing for Bob?
Yep, let the healing begin. Sorry.
I still am really sad that Bob rejected my video. And then the internet started. I put it on YouTube. People stole the video from me, uploaded it on their sites. The video went completely viral. And this is a video that went pretty viral on the internet. And it never made it to America's Funniest Home Videos. I was crushed.
Oh, this question song, it was ripped off. It was like got hacked,
Yeah.
and 1 million people took it and re-put it up on the internet.
Did Saget play that on America's Funniest Home Videos? That was afterwards.
You had to bring that up, didn't you?
All right, so that's the archive. You ever been in here before?
I have not.
Who is this supposed to be? I mean, that's Gorbachev there, but who is this? That's supposed to be Walt Disney?
Mark Twain?
Mark Twain, yeah. I don't know, it doesn't say.
Soviet Union, maybe Stalin? If it's just from his trips to the Soviet Union. Yeah, you didn't know Mark Twain was one of the leaders of the Soviet Union, did you?
I didn't realize that.
Big mustache, but Stalin had a darker mustache. It does kind of look like Walt Disney.
It does. Doesn't say what it is. All right, so that was it. That's the Huell Howser Archives. Really cool place. Open every day, 10 to 5, weekdays. Check it out if you're in the city of Orange. Highly recommend. And if you've never seen Huell Howser episodes, you can search them on YouTube. And you can find you on YouTube also.
You can find me on YouTube.
TomWilsonUSA.
That's it.
Yeah, check out Tom's stuff. It's really great. A lot of walk and talk and thoughtful insights. I like the new format.
Thanks, buddy.
One day you're going to have an archive.
I don't think so.
It'll be a much smaller room than
It'll be smaller room.
Your closet.
Like, oh, look there. There's his tuba, and
All right, made it back over to the fountain. Not the original fountain by the library. And if I'd seen the one by the library, that was another classic car going by. Always classic cars going around here. I see more classic cars going around the circle here. It's pretty much anywhere. It's not even a car show. They just like to cruise around the circle.
Orange County. Now that I'm living down this way, and boy,
A lot of car
God,
culture.
that car culture's huge. You have a guy with a VW van with a surfboard on top, but the van is worth $120,000 or something.
Yeah.
It's really something. Can I greet the Woozies?
Yeah.
Woozies, you're always nice to me. Everywhere I go, you come up and you say, hey, we see you on Adam's video. You're always so mannerly, so positive, and so nice, and I just appreciate it very much. So we'll see you out there, huh? God bless you. Every Woozie. God bless all the little Woozies.
They're Woozies. A leak blower over there. That's where I bought the infamous bike that went down the slide. Orange Cycle. You ever taken a bike down a slide?
I'm not that stupid.
Yeah, it was pretty dumb.
Wait a minute, you took a bike down the slide?
Yeah, right. A few blocks away, there's a park. And after I did that, the video got a pretty good amount of views. They took the slide down. I am to blame for the removal of the slide.
That must have, what, this photo ops and stuff? People with
I think
bikes
other
and
people
slides,
tried it. Yeah.
pushing
So,
3-year-olds aside. You're like, I need a picture of the slide.
I guess. But I bought the bike right over there, so that's a. For me, that's.
Did you jack up the bike?
Oh yeah, ruined it. Bent tacoed the tire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't ever take a bike down a slide. Not a good call. And that's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is over.